All right, let's go ahead and get started with this look. This was a look that was requested by many of you. I did it in the best of 2021 bronzers. So today I am going to show you how I created it. Let's get started. I'm going to start with the Dior Air Flash foundation. I'm going to grab my Marc Jacobs Face 2 brush and spray the foundation directly onto the brush. Feel free to spray the foundation onto the face in a Z shape. Go ahead and tap that on, and then you're going to buff it into the skin, working upward from the jawline and move underneath the eye area. Next, we have the Kosas concealer. I'm going to add a couple drops underneath the eye area, on my dark spots, freckles, and on the upper cheekbone for highlighting. Use a couple ticks around the mouth and on the chin. Next, I'm taking the Marc Jacobs Face 2 brush and blending that in. Make sure to work outward on the marionette lines around the mouth, so that way it kind of buffs out the depth of the actual line. Go ahead now and tap the highlighter into the cheekbone area to create a highlighter effect. Take your finger to tap in the concealer around the inner corner of the eye area to cover the dark circles. And here we go, our complexion. We're going to go ahead and warm up the complexion with the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. Using my NARS bronzer brush, I'm going to tap that into the powder. Starting at the ear, you're going to angle down to the outer corner edge of the eye in that hollow. Softly draw a line, and then you're going to work at an angle. That way it will help to lift and sculpt the cheek area. From there, you're going to take your brush, go to the temple, and wrap that right back into the cheek area to create a nice transition of color. Take that bronzer powder again and go ahead and go down your nose, underneath the nose, and add a little to the chin. Here's a comparison of the two sides. Here's the bronze and sculpted compared to the side that has no bronzer that looks a little more round. Taking my NARS bronzer brush, I'm dipping this into the Laura Mercier peach powder and putting that on the apples of the cheek, blending it into the bronzer. Here we have the liquid eyeshadow from Chanel in the Lilac in the color Or Noir. I'm going to put this color on the lower lid. Now you want to make sure that you do not go back and forth. You want to tap, tap, tap these shadows onto the lid. From there, you can add a second layer, and once again, go in and tap, tap, tap. You can build these colors up slowly, and they look beautiful on the lid. Look at how gorgeously this grabs light. Now I'm taking my Victoria Beckham black eyeliner and putting it in the upper waterline. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab my Victoria Beckham brown liner and put it in the lower waterline. From there, I'm grabbing the Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm and my Sonia G Pro Crease brush and putting this in the bronzer to sculpt the lid area. I'm going in the crease and on the outer area, creating a halo effect to reinforce the almond shape of my eye. Make sure you go right underneath that lash line to soften any harsh lines. From there, I'm going to go by the side of my nose to create a nice transition to make my eye look as big and as full as possible. Now I'm grabbing my 287 brush from MAC and mixing the peach and gold from the Nudegasm palette and putting that on the upper brow area where the brow bone is, wrapping it on the lower lash line, grabbing a little more of that gold and popping it right in the inner corner. Voila! Here are the eyes that you guys have requested. Lastly, going to grab the Chanel Balm Essential in the holiday collection. The color is Or. It has a beautiful balmy glossy texture with gold shimmer to make the lips look fuller and bright. Mwah. All right, so there we have it. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, you know what to do. Just reach out to me. Hopefully you guys will see just how easy this look was. It's probably the easiest smoky eye look ever because really you're mostly just using one eyeshadow in black because it has the gold and silver inside that black. It creates a really beautiful, dynamic, dimensional, smoky eye look. I love that it catches light so it's not opaque and dense and kind of flat, because of those micro shimmers. Now, to create all the kind of depth color, I didn't use a dark brown. I went in, as you saw, with my bronzing palette because I want a uniform color. So kind of brings these two areas together, warms up the lid, but just not too much. And then I can carve out the shape of my eye that I want. And then the highlighter I used obviously in these areas here, the high points of the face. And then I took it and wrapped it, the highlighter, underneath the eye area to soften that line. I like the definition of a liner, but I don't like it to look too harsh. So I use the black Victoria Beckham Cajole liner on the inner waterline, then a dark brown on the lower waterline, and then smudged it with the bronzer and the highlighter to create a diffused look. I kind of think of it as like a halo look where you have, a very strong definition, and then we softly wrap around lighter colors to kind of create that halo effect. So for those of you that are looking for a really polished, chic, smoky eye without something so harsh or intense, this is a great option for you. I hope you all enjoyed this quick mini tutorial on the look that you guys had requested. I almost forgot for my eyeglass wearers, I said I would do this in all my videos. So for those of you that wear glasses and want to see what the eye makeup looks like behind lenses, here's the first pair. This has more of the darker frame around the glasses. Let's zoom in here a bit. And here's the other pair that has the larger lens with no frame around the edges. And let me zoom in here. And there we go. For those of you who wear glasses, now you get to see what the makeup looks like behind the lenses.